Hello, friends and family. I'm really going to get into some stuff today. I got to move around a lot of my canned goods, get ready for canning this year. I've used quite a bit off of that shelf we have. So I've got to go in there and get everything sorted. But first, just one more thing. We got these label things. And we have stuff outside that we are growing in pots. I ordered had Dan to order me some oca. It's OCA. It's not okra. It's OCA. It's like a little tuber plant, I just planted one in each pot because these little tubers go off of it, and it's like potatoes, okay, but you don't pull them up until winter. Just let them go all summer, and I will take you out there and show you because the porch is a mess because we're growing stuff. So Dan put out 4 different kinds of rhubarb, and I noticed, it's starting to take off. And then the oca is doing really good. They were like this big when I got them, and they're just growing and underneath, and everything. So I'm going to mark my stuff because I just planted some icicle radishes, and I planted cucumbers, but I planted them in them little things. So I got to watch because once them starts getting up, I will be planting them in bigger pots. So we're going to start with the icicle radish. So I put icicle radish. Icicle radish. I'll just sit that down in them little pots and I'll know what I got, but I really need to mark them. Okay, what I did was I planted the pickling cucumbers, like the little pickles. So I'm just going to put cucumbers. I'll put that on one. Now I planted like a couple weeks ago. I planted some red pepper seeds, and I have not seen anything come up yet. So I'm going to mark them because I don't know if they're going to come up or not. I've got them in good soil, but I just took them outside like I think it was 3 or 4 days ago. So I'm just going to put red peppers just in case we get anything out of it. We can always write on the other side if we don't. So red peppers. And I have no idea what kind of tomato that I'm growing because I went to the senior building one day and was eating lunch with the ladies. And this lady told me, Emily, she said, go over and get you some seeds or plants. They're giving them away free. So I went over and there were some tomato plants there, and they were, like that. And I was like, what kind of tomatoes are these? And the lady said, we have no idea what kind you're going to get out of this, but it's tomatoes. So I brought them home. We're waiting to see what we're going to get out of that. So I can't put what kind of tomato. I don't care what kind it is. I'll eat it. And then I'm going to save some of them for Dan's stuff. What did I do with them? Oh, there they are. Hell, he'll have enough. There's plenty. So I want to find out which he has, like the different kinds of his rhubarb. So I'm just going to put O-C-A for my oca, which I know what that is, but what else do I have out there? Oh, sunchokes. They're called Jerusalem artichokes, but they're not really from Jerusalem. I learned this on YouTube. Okay, I've watched it so many times try to grow these things. They're another tuber. They grow like potatoes, but they root and grow under the ground, and then you pull them up and dig them up, and they're like a potato. They were a. Let me take you outside. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, so here is my oca. And these two little things here is I threw a couple little icicle radishes in there to see what they would do, and they're coming up good. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 oca. Now that one down there don't look like it's wanting to do very good. Some of them are really, but they got all summer to grow and get underneath there, so that's about that. Then right here is all the sunchokes. We stuck them in the ground. I'm going to have to come out and water these as soon as I show you, but we just planted them, or I did. He ordered them, and they were what I learned on YouTube and on the Hidden Vault posts and stuff, that these grew plentiful and nothing could really kill them. And later, the government or somebody was trying to kill it with weed, like a weed killer or whatever. And these is what these people in the famine survived on. There was fields of them, and they used them as potatoes. The only difference was, I think, was they're gassy. So we can laugh about that. But I planted 11 of these things. I'm going to have to take them out of here because they're just coming up right now, you know. And I'm going to have to replant some of these because they get a lot of, like, they look like potato tubers. Actually, that's what I planted in there, was the potato tubers. And they're like a potato, but they're a sunchoke. And they survived on this, made meals with it and everything. So we thought that was interesting. Why is this a survival food? Because it'll grow anywhere, and it will grow, grow, grow. You got to get every tuber out of there. I call them tubers, but they're like a potato sort of thing. You got to get everything out of there, because if you don't, it's going to take over and grow. So here we are. We've got 11 of them, and I'm going to have to replant so they'll have room to have a bunch of tubers on them. And then you just kind of pull them up, and if you want to replant, you just take one of the bulbs, potato things, or whatever they are. Jerusalem artichokes is what they call them, but they're not from Jerusalem. But anyway, you just take them and just put one under the ground, and they'll grow. So these is going to have to be separated soon, because I want them to grow. And then in the wintertime, you just go out and dig them up and get what you want, so they can stay in the ground. But they will germinate. Now this here, what was this? Let me see here. I left this on there. These are the radishes. Let me put this down here a minute. Gotta find radishes. Sunchokes. These are, well, I know what these are, but I'm going to put a thing in it anyway. Put sunchokes in it. You know. Let me see here. The red peppers are icicle radishes. So right here is the icicle radishes. And I do believe already one's come up. Right there. Already. So looks like they're going to do good. And then this, what is that? Oh, there's our skirret. The poor thing is just not making it. It's just not making it. I thought maybe that one little piece, but that one little piece is above the ground. And when we got them, we didn't really get any good roots with them. So this, let's see, out here is the cucumbers. I'll have to water them. I think these are all cucumbers, and these are icicle radishes. And I'm going to replant something in this because the skirret just couldn't make it. Now here is the red peppers, but I don't know if that's a little, is that a plant coming up? I think one's coming up maybe. I think they're trying. I'm going to water them though. They need water today. And see, I don't see anything coming up. I got a little bit more soil, but we'll just keep watering them and see what happens. But that looks like something's germinating right there. So we may get some plants. Here is the tomatoes. So let me put the red peppers in with the red pepper right there. And the tomatoes here, we know what a tomato is. They are getting bigger. So yeah, they was wee little when I got them. So they'll be replanted pretty soon. And then, hold on. Right here is some rhubarb that my husband planted. It seems to be coming up pretty good. And he planted, these were just the, these ones here were just like a hard, like wood, a different kind. And he planted them, and then here's some right there that he planted that's starting to leave out real good. So he's got them all planted right here. So that's them. And here is the flowers that my son brought me for Mother's Day. They're out here getting some good oxygen. I'm going to be getting into this weekend. So tonight they will all get some tender loving care and some water, and they're growing good. So there's our little mix for right now. I'll put the oca in with the oca. Cannot wait. There's more growing. To try this winter. All them tubers will be underneath, and I'm hoping it's big enough. But yeah, these little things are like a potato, like I said 100 times, but they got a crisp, lemony type citrus taste to them. So you can make all kinds of dishes with them. So I'm trying to baby them. They're bigger, way bigger. They'll keep flourishing like this one over here. Right there. It's really curling up and doing a lot right there. I don't want to lose that one, so I'm going to have to try to do something to it. Anyway, God bless you all. There it is.